Alright, so this one describes a massive dick move that might be made by a farmer or gardener in the city or whatever. The drawing, which is incredibly crappy, I'll admit, presents but one application of this concept, which amounts to a device to steal sun from your neighbors. In the drawing, you see the sun off to the right, and a reflective film being kept aloft by balloons. In this drawing, the film is being shown as flat, and also at the worst possible angle to reflect sun back down to the field. This, I realize. In reality, you'd probably want the film to be some sort of parabola that would reflect sun optimally down over the top of the entire field. The film itself would be very light, sort of like one of those emergency blankets that are supposed to keep you warm if you drive your car off the road in the winter, which, incidentally, I have a hard time thinking would do much at all. My sense is that balloons of the sort shown, something resembling a weather balloon, combined with a tether to the front, would be sufficient to keep the film aloft on at least reasonably calm days. Now, there'd be no reason to use a single film to cover an entire field. You could just as easily use a series of smaller films, each set at a slightly higher altitude. Also, kites might be integrated into the design. If tethered, they could provide considerable lift on days with some degree of wind. In fact, long kite wings themselves could be the reflective thing. Now, if you were a city gardener, you'd probably go with something more permanent, something that would deprive your neighbor of light on a permanent basis. So you might put posts in the ground and affix a mirror to them. Probably be better off this way. Would last forever. You could clean it with Windex. Definitely be pissing off your neighbor. Really pissing him off. I think the war would probably get pretty ugly pretty fast. So, in fact, you might only consider doing this if you already hate your neighbor and are just looking for some way to piss them off. Either way, you'd have some positively delicious tomatoes, and you can make some pretty fantastic tomato sauces.
It's getting near dawn.